Good evening, welcome to Central News for Monday the 16th of September. I'm Hilary Entwistle. In today's news, the Tauranga Museum is another step closer after the latest Smarts Art Strategy Forum decided to back the establishment of the Tauranga Museum. Tauranga City has a facility at the Mount where 30,000 artefacts are kept in storage. The Tauranga Heritage Collection is stored at this facility. There is no public display area at this site. Creative Tauranga has been given a lead role in implementing the strategy. And Chief Executive Tracy Ruddock-Goodsall says they are backing the museum as there has been a strong voice from the community for a museum.
Because that's the voice the community are very loud about. Creative Tauranga leads the strategy. We listen to the community and it's a very loud cry from the community that they still want a museum. So That is what we will lead with.
The Waikato Regional Council has filed 7 charges under the Resource Management Act against a Reparoa dry stock farmer for unlawfully damming and taking water through the height of the 2013 drought. Council's investigations manager, Patrick Lynch, says this is the first prosecution taken by this council in nearly 20 years for taking water when there was no entitlement to do so, and it is a reflection of changing focus on a very valuable source. During the course of the council investigation, it was determined that the farmer had been unlawfully taking water over the last 4 summers. Now for our region's weather, Hamilton, your Tuesday will have morning cloud, then fine with a freshening southeasterly. Your expected high is 16 and an overnight low of 1. Tauranga the same, morning cloud, then fine with a freshening southeasterly. Your expected high is 17 and an overnight low of 4. Just ahead, the police charity auction. Welcome to Central News on TV Central. Tauranga Police not only do amazing work around the community, but they have been organising a charity auction for the last 20 years and raised well over $1 million for many worthy causes. I chatted with 2 of the organisers to see what some of the big ticket items are this year.
Yeah, we're very pleased again this year, Hilary, in relation to some of the magnificent prizes that have been donated. We've got over 150 odd items that will be going into our auction this year. We've got trip for 2 to the Hobbit in Los Angeles, which is just a magnificent donation from Sir Peter Jackson's team along with Air New Zealand flights. We have flights and accommodation package in Rarotonga. We've got a ride-on lawnmower of a Kubota, an $8,000 mower that's been kindly donated, along with many other sporting memorabilia and some top ticket items yet again.
So who has donated some of those items?
Yes, well, this is our 19th year. We've got some amazing support throughout, not only this area, but throughout the whole of the country. And we've just got a lot of great quality people in business with sporting connections from around the world. We've sourced a lot of items every year through those great people that are all part of this great function. And yes, we've got local business people, local organisations, just people that are approaching us that want to be part of it and putting their hand up to donate in any way they can.
Now you have a silent auction as well, so how will that auction process work?
Yeah, well, obviously with that many items, there's too many for a live auction. We split it into 3 blocks of 6 or 7 through the day for live auctions, because it's about making an experience and taking as much money out of these people as we can each year, so we want them to come back. The silent auction is done on a bidding slip system. We have some great support from some ladies in the community from the Amanu Intermediate this year, I believe, who collect the bidding slips. We collate it on a computer program and we're updating on TV screens immediately what each of the silent items is currently selling for, so people can view those, slip in a bigger offer, and then towards the end of the day we give them 15 minutes for their final bids, lock it down, and it's proved very successful.
Who are the lucky charity recipients this year?
Yes, we've been overwhelmed with some 50 odd applications that we've had to work through and meet as trustee to decide who is supporting this year. And we're very pleased to support a great recipients of 7 in total. 2 major recipients being the Coast Guard here in Western Bay of Plenty, and also the Youth Development Trust, which does great work with young children in our community. So they're the 2 majors. We've also got some very good money going to 3 local community groups in relation to Beach Haven Community Trust, Te Puke and Welcome Bay, and then also the Special Olympics team. Great to support those great kids doing what they are trying to achieve, and also the Peppermar Surf Club. So yeah, we're very, very pleased with the great work that they do, and the amazing difference we can make towards them continuing this great work in our community.
Now, you choose new recipients every year. How do you choose between so many worthy causes in the Bay of Plenty?
Yeah, look, over the last 3 years we've sought expressions of interest or applications for our funding, and as Blackie's just said, we've had 50 odd applicants this year, and we sit down as a group of trustees and have a look at these shortlist, and the chosen groups this year are a good reach across the community of youth, community and the elderly, and the community centres, Peppermar, Welcome Bay and Te Puke, link in with the police around some of our family violence initiatives, some of our youth initiatives, but they're also doing a lot of work with the elderly in the community that are sometimes overlooked. So in all, a very good fit with police strategies and our outlook on the Western Bay of Plenty.
The event has been going for many years, so tell us a little bit of the history behind it.
Yes, it's 19 years ago we started with just a group of 40 detectives at Beretta Park, enjoying listening to Gordon Titchens telling us about his Sevens successes back in that day, and it's grown with a lot of great community people want to be part of it, want to come along and support and donate, and it's just grown to now a 1,300 sellout. We're at the ASB arena at Bay Park. We're blessed by the support that we sell this event out every year, and we've got 1,300 good people that are supporting this event and are going to have a magnificent day. So yeah, look, we're 19 years on, we've made $1.7 million thus far, and we're going to be making some serious money again this year, which is just a great buzz and a great thrill for all the great people that are involved with this event.
Why was it started?
Yes, initially it was just a group of detectives enjoying a social afternoon out, listening to quality speakers, and through our connections we saw some very top-notch local New Zealand high-achieving sports people that would come and give their time, and it was just a thought way back in the early days that we could turn this into profit for our community, to make a difference, not only enjoy ourselves but make a good impact and make a difference to people who are very worthy to be supported, and it makes a great selling point in attracting great speakers. And over the years, the last few years we've been to Australia and managed to source some of their most amazing speakers, and this year is one of the best. In Nick Farr Jones's words, he's one of the best speakers their side of the ditch. So we're going to be sport again. It's just grown massively over 19 years.
Visit taurangapolicecharity.co.nz to find out more about the event. Coming up next, we meet a couple who have come through financial strife with a business that we could all take a lesson from. Welcome back. Swap or Trade It is the latest internet hit that puts a modern twist on an age-old process. The website is relatively new, but after its launch last year, it has proven to be a great way for people to connect with their community and swap or trade goods and services. The website founders joined me in studio to discuss their initiative. Welcome to the program to the both of you. Now, how did you come up with the idea for Swap or Trade It?
Wayne and I were share milkers just south of Whangarei, and basically being dairy farmers in dairy farming area, you'll know that Northland we've had 3 droughts in 4 years. That's taken its toll quite a bit, and we were starting to go backwards in equity. So basically we decided to put it out to the universe and look at what other options were out there. So we listed our cows on Trade Me, and unfortunately they actually took the ad off. They said they only buy and sell, they don't swap. But in the time that the ad was up, we had over 1,000 people view our listings. We had numerous people offer us different things, from houses, beach batches, lifestyle blocks, panel beating businesses, airplanes. So we really started to think that maybe there was something in this. So we started to look into it a little bit more.
So when you initially listed the listing, you weren't looking for money, you were looking literally to swap?
What we wanted to be in business, we wanted to do something. We really enjoy working together, and we didn't know what we wanted to do, but we thought, well, let's just put it out there and see what comes our way. And who would have known this, this opportunity come our way.
So panel beating business didn't really? No. Was there anything similar in the market?
The only thing was that when we did research it was there was people trying to do the same kind of thing on Facebook. Facebook has its challenges around trying to view listings and all that kind of stuff. So there's really nothing out in the marketplace looking to do and to cover what we were looking at covering.
Now, how does it work?
Well, how the site works is that it's very similar to a lot of other websites. You take photos of your goods, or maybe get an image for a service, because we can not only swap goods, we can swap services and skills as well. So you'd put a few pictures on there, put a description or a value, and then put there's a category for your preferred swap. So if you want to swap for instance, a table for a couch, then that's what you'd list. And you take a photo of your couch, your table that you have, and put a couch in there. That's what you want, and then it goes up onto the listings on the website. It's very simple.
So say I needed to install a new shelf, and I'm not very good with a hammer or anything like that, but maybe I was good at baking or something. I could list that and say,
yes,
I'll swap you some baking
and
for...
handyman to put a shelf up, and I'll give you a whole tin full of cakes and biscuits. Yeah, I'm sure they'd love it.
It's actually interesting, because that's one of the things that we actually really hoped would happen. A few months ago there was an article in the paper where students were actually having a hard time actually making ends meet, being able to cook food and all that kind of stuff. And so we thought, wouldn't it be really great if the oldies out there who really know how to cook properly actually made some extra meals, and then you've got the young university students with a little bit of time on their hands, and they went and mowed their lawns in exchange for meals. And so you've even got the connection of the oldies and the young generation getting together. So it's more than just swapping and trading. It encompasses so much.
I guess that's going back to that old community way of where you popped over to the neighbours for a cup of sugar.
Absolutely, and that's what we're trying to create. While this is a business, it's actually something more than that. We actually want to create community. We want to get that community back again. We want the spirit of how we used to do things, because the only time that we really come together as a community is when there's a crisis, and we really come together well in that time. So why can't we do that normally?
And was that inspired from the droughts and stuff? Did you see that in Northland, people were coming together?
Perhaps not as much. We ourselves just struggled, and we thought with the drought it sort of pushed us into a position where we thought we'd change what we're doing, and in changing what we're doing we've seen the need all around us. So we thought we'd try and bring back that community in a fun and simple way via the website that can connect people, not just next door neighbours, because sometimes we don't know our neighbour until they want that cup of sugar, but the person down the street and the person down the other end of the island that we can connect with just like that. It's great.
How will it create employment in our regions?
What we're looking at doing with our website is something where you can actually list your skills and your labour and all that sort of thing. So how we envisage it will work is you've got people out there at the moment who maybe are trying to find work but they can't, whereas this website would allow them to be able to go and maybe put their toe in the water and say, okay, well I might go and get a whole heap of lawnmowers because I know I'm really good at mechanic, and I might hire those lawnmowers eyes out and start a little business. So it's going to create an innovative way around thinking around employment. The other thing is you know, businesses when they start up, there's a lot of start-up costs. So you imagine, say, take an electrician, for example. He wants to start his business up, but he's got all the costs involved with that. He could swap his electrical services for a website designer who needs electrical goods, or a business card person, or an accountant. And so he's swapping one for one with his services, or to the value that's agreed. So the startup cost is actually a lot less, and he's finding customers at the same time.
You have initially launched the website. How confident were you that it would be successful when you first launched it?
Well, the feedback that we've had from people, if we go on the feedback that we've had, because we've gone around markets and we've talked to people on the grassroots level, everyone's been saying, this is what we've been waiting for, this is what we've been looking for. So based on that feedback, we thought it would be successful. The challenges that we've got is we're limited financial resources. We're trying to do the best that we possibly can. You know, this is going to be a long process, and it's going to be a process where people need to think differently about the whole process. It's not just a buy and sell. You can buy, you can sell, you can swap, you can trade, you can rent and you can hire, and you can give away on it. So there's so many more things you can do on it.
Well, thank you very much to the both of you, and good luck. I'm definitely going online and looking it up.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For more information, visit the website swaportradeit.co.nz. Just ahead, we learn how an avocado a day could keep the doctor away. If you have just joined us, welcome to Central News. Avocados have long had a bad rap for their fat content, but are they really that bad? New research is heralding them as the new superfood. I chatted with the CEO of New Zealand Avocado. Could the avocado industry potentially face a problem like PSA, or is the fruit more robust?
I don't think it's a matter of robustness of an industry. PSA is a pest, and absolutely biosecurity is hugely important to us because pests do damage horticultural crops. So it's not a matter of the robustness of the fruit.
Could avocados be the saviour that we're looking for to fill those abandoned kiwi fruit orchards?
Certainly we've had some inquiry, and I know a story of a avocado and kiwi fruit grower who has been impacted by PSA, and he's now planted his kiwi fruit blocks in avocados. So whether it's a saviour or not, it's absolutely a crop that kiwi fruit growers are looking at, because we have about 30% of our avocado growers are also kiwi fruit growers. So we have quite a strong link in the industries.
How much land area in the Bay of Plenty is allocated to avocado orchards?
We've got, according to our database, 2,800 hectares are in avocados in the wider Bay of Plenty.
So over the course of the conference, how has the avocado been described?
Well, it's been a fantastic way of looking at the nutritional attributes of avocado. It's a superfood. It's, at the moment, we probably describe it as it's got 23 nutrients and vitamins, potassium, no cholesterol, and just lots of those things that we need in the body. Vitamin A has been talked about more today, and the research that's happening in the States is looking at all these other properties that we haven't quite identified in terms of attributes of the avocado.
And there's new evidence out about how the avocado can actually enhance absorption of other foods.
That's right. So if you eat avocados, it actually helps the body absorb the nutrients from other foods. So it's that's quite exciting, and they've done an initial study on having a slice of avocado on your meat patty on your burger, and not only does the avocado give you nutrients, but it actually absorbs some of the bad things in the meat patty. So it's actually a good, it's a positive to your meal always.
What is the new research telling us about avocados assisting weight management? That's one of the pillars of the research being done in the US, and what they've found is that people feel fuller after they've had avocados.
So satiety is a word we've heard twice today, the feeling of fullness, and the study showed that an hour after eating a meal without avocados, people started feeling hungry again, but it took 5 hours after a meal with avocados for the people to be hungry again. So it's making you feel fuller for longer, so you're not eating more.
And what about with diabetes?
Well, again, diabetes, particularly type 2, which is the most prevalent and the biggest issue in the world at the moment in terms of health, it does impact you more if you're obese. So you need to keep your weight down. So obviously, if you're not needing to eat, if you've eaten avocado because you're feeling fuller, that's positive. And again, no cholesterol, so it's positive for that as well.
How is the fat in avocado good for us?
Avocados are actually one of the only fruits that have got fat, but they have monounsaturated fat, and that's the good fat. So it's actually a positive in your diet. You do need that fat in your diet, the monounsaturated.
And avocados have been said that they're good for babies. They're a good first food source.
They are. Well, again, they're pure. What we heard today was you could have a sticker on an avocado saying 100% pure avocado, only sunshine and water added. So you can open it, you can just spoon it straight out for your baby. It's creamy, it's soft, they like the taste, and it's really good for you. So it's a very good food it's a perfect first food for babies.
How can avocado help to lower cholesterol?
We know avocados have no cholesterol in them, and we know that they do have a positive impact on cholesterol, but we haven't got the science behind how they do that yet.
And there is new evidence around heart health in avocados.
Absolutely. The avocados do have the New Zealand heart health tick. They are very good for the heart, and some of the research being done in the US is finding out why it is and how important they are for heart health.
It's been described as a proportional balanced food. What does that mean?
That's right. So there's actually a proportionally balanced amount of carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and nutrients. And that's very unusual to find in food, particularly in a fruit.
What's the main message that you're kind of putting out there at this conference?
Avocados have an amazing nutritional property. They are very good for you, and it's a perfect choice for healthy people. And the health message goes down to let's make sure our orchards are healthy, let's make sure our industry's healthy, and let's get a healthy profit out of avocados.
That is the news for today. Central News will be bringing you a local body election special soon. We will be holding a forum with the mayoralty candidates from our councils. Those councils are Tauranga City, Hamilton City, Western Bay of Plenty, Matamata Piako District, South Waikato District, Waikato District, Waipa District, Waitomo District and Thames Coromandel District. We will be putting viewers' questions to the candidates, so email us or send a message on Facebook of the questions you want answered from your potential new mayor. I will be back tomorrow night with more guests from in and around our regions. I'm Hilary Entwistle. Have a lovely evening.
This has been an Alpha Media production, a division of Television Media Group.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.